Hey guys, Alex here. Today we're going to talk about SNHU, which is one of the hackable schools I talk about. I have not talked about this school though for probably a very long time, maybe almost 10, 11 months since I've probably mentioned them. But they are a great school and they have a very high enrollment rate. One of the most, basically one of the largest schools in the country. So when you focus a lot on online education, you can become the largest enrolled school in the country. Right now, I do think WGU is the largest enrolled school in the entire nation. That's because of their online component. They can accept so many students. That's why so many schools are coming out with their own online platforms, an online version of their school, because they realize they can get like 4 or 5 times more students this way. Basically, there's no capacity. So SNHU, they have a lot of terrific programs. I've heard nothing but good things about the school. It is nonprofit, and you can hack your degree. So it's not quite as hackable as other schools like WGU and TESU and UMPI. It's on the same level of hackability as like UMGC and like Purdue Global, Grand Canyon University, which I'm actually going to come out with a video about them pretty soon, and schools in that kind of category. So like I said, CS Global, UMGC. So basically you can take your bachelor degree from 4 years and get it down to about 18 months to 2 years, probably right around the 2 year mark with these schools. So SNHU, yes, I think you can get your degree down to about 2 years instead of 4 years. And I'll show you some of their degree plans as we get on in this video. I do have a few spreadsheets you can download over at my website, majormash.com. So those degrees would be computer science and cybersecurity. And then I also have a spreadsheet that's just kind of like the general SNHU, like a few of the courses that would transfer in to their platform. So how would you hack a degree? All right, maybe you're from SNHU or you're about to attend SNHU and you're not familiar with my videos. I show people how to hack college degrees. I show people how to get their degree done faster, at least half the time. If I can't get it down to at least half the time, I don't even usually talk about it. So these are degrees I can get down to about 2 years and save half the tuition off as well. So schools have been charging an average of $575 per credit. That's the average across America, is about $575 per credit. Now, some state schools are more like $350 per credit, and then some very luxurious schools are all the way up to like $900 to $1,000 per credit. But the average is about $575. So the average bachelor degree is, basically right around almost $60,000. So basically, at a state school, you're looking at 35 to 40,000. At most schools, you're looking at 60,000, and expensive schools, you're looking at like 100,000. So you can get your bachelor's degree in $10,000 or less with these methods, and you can graduate in half the time and get into the workforce and try to find that six-figure job, depending on what major you are doing, which is something I always highly recommend, is pick a good college major. Yes, a high school counselor might tell you go follow your dream and go follow your passion. And I do think being passionate about what you're taking in school is important. Yes, right? If you're completely bored, you might not make it through. But at the same time, you also have to research careers. You're going to school to get a good career, okay? Unless your parents are wealthy or something like that, you're likely going to college to eventually get a good career. That is kind of the point of college. Now, some people just go for the education experience, but maybe they don't need money. But for the most part, 97% of us go to college to have a good career. So I advise you to research good college careers. I advise you to research good careers where college will lead to those careers, which college majors will lead to those careers. And on my website, I have a top 15 college majors you can check out, which is basically based off salary, job growth, and other factors. So you can check that out. Tech or healthcare are the two industries that are very lucrative, and will experience a lot of job growth. So healthcare is never going anywhere. Tech does go in hiring cycles, but don't let the layoff videos scare you about tech. All these YouTubers, and I know I'm a YouTuber, but I don't really think of myself as a YouTuber. All these YouTubers who got laid off, 95% of them took a voluntary layoff with a severance package because they make just as much money on YouTube. And basically, they planned that layoff video as planned content for a lot of views so they can keep making content. So they're making money off making you panic. Now, and I respect the hustle. You know, I'm not knocking them. I respect everybody's hustle. I respect everybody's grind to make money. But anyways, I will take you to SNHU's website, which is a fantastic school. And you can also, if you haven't set your mind on which school you want to do, check out my website. And I go over a lot of hackable schools on there. So, but we'll go over SNHU. And the cool thing about SNHU is I believe they let you transfer these courses in while you're taking the degree as well. So if you're not familiar with my videos, how you hack your college degrees with ACE credits. ACE credits are websites such as study.com and other ACE credit platforms. So there's quite a few of them. Study.com is the largest one with the most courses. And there is 10% off to study.com in the discount link. You can get 10% off to their $95 plan a month or 10% off to their $235 plan a month. The $95 plan a month has general education courses and like a few computer science courses, whereas the $235 plan has all the major courses and all the general education courses. So I'd recommend doing the $235 so you have access to all the courses and you save a little bit more money since you'll be using the 10% on that plan. So I would highly recommend you do that and save some money. You can download any of my spreadsheets, which will have that link in it. And in my spreadsheets, you can basically track your courses at SNHU, and it'll show you exactly what course to do on these platforms like Study, so you can transfer them in to SNHU and save a bunch of money. So when you do these courses, you're saving an average of like $1,000 every time you do them. So if you transfer it into SNHU and you did the course at study.com, a study.com course on average, because you can do unlimited courses per month, imagine getting 3 college credits in like 3 or 4 days, which I did plenty of times and plenty of other people have. So imagine getting 3 college credits in a few days and you did maybe 20 credits in a month or something like that. Basically, each course comes out to maybe like an average of $25, depending how many you did. But overall, you're saving about $1,000 plus every course you do. So imagine you transferred in a bunch of these. You can easily save up to $40,000. You know, so it's a method I recommend to a lot of people. Graduate faster, half the time, save over 50% tuition. So study.com is a big cheat code. Other ACE credit providers, big cheat code, but study.com, like I said, is the main one. And now they have no more quizzes, so the courses are faster than any other ACE credit platform, and very, very efficient. So no more quizzes. There's no more proctoring on the final exams. Basically, you have like one assignment per class usually, and you have like chapter tests, maybe 5 or 6 per course, and then you have the exam. So you can knock out a whole course in a day or two if you really wanted to. So we're going to take a look at SNHU's website real quick, and then we'll go over my website and like the SNHU stuff I have on there, and I'm working on more SNHU stuff as well. So here we are on SNHU's website, and we'll go over their bachelor degrees. I did this last year, but I want to do it again. Maybe they have new degrees. I also like to keep my videos updated yearly. So they have accounting, which is always a fantastic degree, and all of their degrees are online. So they have an in-person school, but they like almost all of their degrees are also online, which many more schools are doing. Basically, like the pioneers of online education were basically like Arizona State Online, WGU, and SNHU. They were like kind of the original pioneers of online education. although I'd put SNHU like at that number 3 mark. I do think ASU and WGU kind of pioneered it, but SNHU was not very far behind. So they got business, criminal justice, education, engineering. So let's see what they got in engineering. So they have computer science, data analytics, information security, project management. So these are just like branches of the computer science degree. So you can like pick a concentration. So computer science with software engineering would be a great concentration, right? And then they have more degrees down here for tech. You got cybersecurity, which is a very popular degree these days. Health information management, information technology. So those are both pretty good degrees. So a lot of good degrees in the tech department. They got nursing, psychology. So psychology is like the most popular college major there is, besides maybe business administration. So psychology, very popular major, and you can hack this degree as well. So SNHU is a very hackable school. So let's get into study.com now. Let's check out their website and what courses you can transfer in. So here's study.com's transfer page for SNHU. So it is all their equivalent courses here. So they have a few computer science courses, but it's not quite as hackable as other computer science degrees, in my opinion. But if you wanted to do the computer science degree at SNHU, there is about, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 6 or 7 courses, or maybe even 8 you can transfer in. And then you would transfer in all the general education courses as well. And I do have a computer science spreadsheet with all the transfer equivalents to SNHU on my website, majormash.com. So that'll help you out a lot. You can go download that. So a lot of transferable courses, and get your SNHU degree done basically in half the time. Get it done in 2 years, not 4 years. Get in the workforce faster, save a bunch of money. So before this video ends, I'll take you to my website as a final. And here is my website, majormash.com, which will show you exactly how to hack a college degree. It is more centered around WGU, but I have plenty of schools on here. I have WGU, TESU, UMPI, and then I have SNHU, UMGC, CSU Global, UAGC, and recently I added University of the People and California State University system as well. So lots of good. I have a WGU Facebook group here, and my other website company here, Entry Engineer. If you're trying to get into the engineering world, and if you're doing like a major in computer science or software engineering, so you can download the spreadsheets on this left-hand side. You would basically click SNHU like cybersecurity, and then it comes with a video and a spreadsheet. Same thing with SNHU computer science. So it comes with a video, spreadsheet, and then this one has a few courses you can transfer in, like just to get started. And it goes for like any major basically. So I explain how to speed run here, and here's the ACE credit providers, and study.com is the recommended platform. They have the largest courses, and you can get courses done the fastest and the cheapest at $95 a month. So highly recommend you guys take a look at this if you really want to get college done faster. You want to increase your salary. I lived paycheck to paycheck until I was 27 years old. And if you guys are in the same boat, living paycheck to paycheck, you absolutely can change your life much faster. Within 2 years, you can double your salary, okay? Whatever you're making right now, I'm very confident you can double or triple it. Go to school for a couple years, get a degree, and really focus on networking, focus on building your resume, focus on building your projects, focus on investing in yourself, okay? It's a hard life out there, guys, okay? So hard life, the last thing you want is financial stress. So get rid of that financial stress. Do what you can to turn your life around. Go hack your degree. So this is Alex signing out. Hope you guys have a wonderful time.